Hey guys, what's up?
It's Alphaborn Elite here with
Casanova.
and we have some big news. So first off, our channel has been in limbo for kind of a while. We couldn't figure out a name, but we officially have come up with the perfect name to show our love for all things of the past and of the retrograde future. We are officially going to be called, drum roll please, the Retro Nostalgia of Retro Nerds. Or Retro Nerds for short, for those of you that just want to keep it chill. Well, for anybody concerned, and we are still going to use the name in Cassidy's Chronicles, since Casanova will basically be taking over that as a side section in the channel of the daily struggles that she has as with her sight and mental issues.
Yes, I think that's something that needs to be talked about, just like it is everywhere else.
I will take part in some of them, though for the most part it will be mostly her. I would like to show that I fully support Casanova, and I hope that all of our fans, watchers, future subscribers, and all that care to stick around for her story and take on life. And I am proud that I'll get to be a part of that.
And for those of you that are still wondering why we haven't done magnet fishing videos, we haven't been able to do them, but when it's this year, the new year, we're going to probably be doing more of those. And we're still going to be doing that on this channel. It's going to be a side thing as well.
We're also going to take some suggestion ideas for videos. We'll mostly still be keeping to the unboxing. Discussions are going to be a big part of this channel, as you have already seen by our latest video uploaded. We will have more discussion videos thrown in here and there. We'll be chatting about shows from the 90s, 80s, bit in the 70s and 60s versus today, how they hold up, will they survive in today's market, and other such stuff. But just so everyone knows, just because we changed the name doesn't mean anything truly will be changed about the channel. We just felt that we needed a name that kind of just set in equal terms boundaries, that made us feel more at ease in the community. And who knows, maybe some of you guys will recognize us when we go to Comic-Con or whatever. In case anybody is wondering, you may catch wind of us at Motor City Comic-Con, and depending upon situation, funds, and such, we either go to the summer version or the fall version.
We were lucky to be able to go to the fall version and the spring version.
We also do we'll try to basically go more to them, so if we do end up getting more subscribers and such, we will gladly meet up with you at Comic-Con and chat, maybe even film a bit of you with your permission to be on the channel and such.
Ooh, that was gonna be awesome. Also, on a side note, I'm also going to be doing more posting on the Twitter page for our YouTube channel. I'm just like I do my own channel as well. I'll still be doing both. I mostly run the Twitter channel, but I'm willing to let Alpha use the channel as well. We'll be on chatting on that, and I'll be on my personal as well, so you guys know where to find me.
We're also taking a few pages from certain content creators such as AVGN. We have basically a version of a channel song in the works and such. We're not yet going to be posting it, but potentially, if all goes well, it'll be used in potential future videos down the line, and eventually, if lucky, you guys might even be able to get it as an iTunes download.
I've never actually done that before, and I've had Apple products for like years.
Well, hey, it's a brand new start to the world and such.
Oh yeah.
After all, New Year's is right around the corner.
New year, new goals, right, Alpha?
Speaking of which, remember guys, it's almost Christmas, so try to be on your best behavior. Anyways, so that's basically about it for announcements.
I did post a video last night. I'm posting this video first, and then I'm going to be sharing the video I posted last night on my Facebook, and it's already on my Twitter page.
But, yeah. Just to delinquent any potential skeletons in the closet that may rise up, there was no infighting or anything like that. We weren't at odds. In truth, we just didn't know where to have the channel's name be.
We've been stuck on this for like months.
It's basically just Cassie's Chronicles was a placeholder, but now it's going to become a small mini-series on the channel. Which I hope does get a lot more support. For those that do suffer from autism and such, are a big fan of comics, video games, and such, we hope to have your support. Because we both are on the spectrum. And we can understand the struggles of technically having autism while being on the ever long road of adulthood. It's not an easy one.
You're right, Alpha. It's not that easy, but it's doable.
I mean, the best way to describe it would basically be following a saying that literally was told to me before. Life is a journey. And like any journey, there will be obstacles. There will be moments where you will stumble, where you will fall, where you will find yourself brought to your knees. But like with any journey, you have to be willing and able to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue going.
Also, on a side note, I wanted to also say that we still have the name Cassie's Chronicles on the banner and profile pic. We are going to get that changed as soon as possible.
It's just temporary stuff for the time being. It's kind of like when you go to the dealer and you buy a new car and you get a template. This is basically just a template. We're going to work on getting the actual plate. Hey, why run? If it's still good, it's still good, right?
Right?
Anyways, we're going to switch over to a more serious subject. We're going to have a subject talk. Like now. Just to add into the video. Because it would just feel bad just to go at 9 minutes. Alright, Cass. What would you like to discuss today? Subject of video games, comics, TV shows, anime?
Ooh, some video games. What systems do you like to play?
Honestly, I've played a GameCube, Wii. I own a PlayStation 4 and I've played GTA 5, more so the online, and Red Dead Redemption 2, along with the online version of it.
I currently have a PlayStation 5 and a Nintendo Switch. I have a computer as well. But I do most of my gaming on a computer. It's just easier when you can mod and cheat in the game. It kind of adds an extra edge to it.
I'd honestly say that if you've been playing on PC for years,
you can
your hands get so used to that to where a game controller feels a little off in hand.
I usually typically need a game controller due to fine motor skills and stuff like that, but I've done keyboard gaming before.
Also, to be fair, guys, for anybody who thinks that using auto aim on a controller is cheap, it is not.
It's
in any good game, ever since it's the 90s, joysticks have always been kind of I guess the best way I could put it is ruthless, rough friend to gamers everywhere. Sometimes they're kind to us, others they just basically treat us bad.
Yeah, I was also going to say, it usually helps me because I can't see very well. I haven't been posting videos partially because my vision is getting worse, and it's starting to cut into my video game and other stuff like that.
Anyways, one good example I would say is people when they play games like Call of Duty. You probably call all little kids scrubs, or people that use auto aim as basically cheap shotters, hackers, bunch of other nasty words that I'm not allowed to openly say on YouTube. Oof. Because Casanova fears that literally a Christian God will basically give us issues.
Yeah, and that's the fact that I know YouTube is more lenient on that, but I want to keep that to a minimum.
Anyways, the fact is that let me put it to you like this. On a joystick, there's too much movement room. On a keyboard and mouse, you pretty much, if you want to move, say, your sights slightly over, you can. And, basically, say this would be a gun. Basically, this is what it's like on a controller when somebody's new to it. No, I only meant to move slightly over. Whereas, literally, on PC with a keyboard and mouse, it's basically like this. Light little movements. And I know, people think that auto aim is bad, but in reality, do bear in mind, people that haven't really played certain games try to get used to them. And, honestly, can we really blame them? Is auto aim not like the equivalent of training wheels on a bike?
Also, there's a good way auto aim actually helps. Some games like the Nintendo 64 and Nintendo Switch have had the Joy-Con issue in the past. As far as I know, it's been mostly fixed, but it helps, especially when you're using a rocket launcher. If you guys have that same issues, let me know down in the comment section.
Also, to be fair, even on a PC, you can play with a controller. For anybody that's not tried that,
Yeah,
it's true. All you gotta do is either take an Xbox controller that's made universally, or get one of those universal game controllers, plug them into your system, and you can play like you do on the Xbox or the PlayStation. Plus, I think even if you emulate a game on a computer, you can also play it like you would back in the day. Just without the worry of your system basically just one day failing on you.
I've actually had that issue once with a Nintendo 64, and I've had that for like at least a few years. I've had it back in the early 2000s. I had to give it away at a disc replay because of it not working. But luckily they have Nintendo Switch Online on the Nintendo Switch, so I can play some of those games and still enjoy them.
We are planning in the future, for those of you who are interested in seeing in gameplay, we are planning eventually in the future to be playing some games on Casanova's Switch. Some new, some old. Either way, it's still a blast of retro nostalgic fun.
Oh yeah, I'll do some on my computer as well, but the Nintendo Switch has more of the games that people like to play online.
I think the Switch actually has the world's biggest library, including from the NES along with most of the other consoles, aside from the Famicom.
Yeah. Also, you could get the older systems. Like, I would just get them just to play games, and some people will put download games onto them, but I recommend buying them legally.
Word advice on older games, though. Oh, following the Angry Video Game Nerds advice, if any of you follow Cinemassacre, not every movie adapted game is a golden gem. Sometimes it can be a golden turd.
Like Superman 64.
It may look nice, but it still smells the same as a regular turd.
Like Superman 64. That game was crap.
Well, to be fair, that game was literally pretty much it's huffing the rear end fumes of nostalgia on the 90s.
And the pre-release was better than the actual release, I heard. That information you could find online pretty much everywhere.
We actually do hope that in the future we may actually have James Rolfe, otherwise known as the Angry Video Game Nerd, on the channel eventually in the future. But only time will tell, and we'll see.
Yeah, I'd love to have other people on the channel.
Many YouTubers are more than willing to collab with people.
If you guys are on, like, Twitter or YouTube, you can message us on Twitter, and I'm pretty sure there's an option for that on YouTube as well. So, if you guys ever want to do a collab with us, we're always open for it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking to become an instant success story. We're actually more so just wanting to bring other people on that just want to share their great moments in gaming history and all that. Maybe even make some new ones with some new friends.
And plus, we have open schedules to do these things, so what the heck, let's go for it.
Yeah, hell, people could always use more Comic-Con buddies.
Oh yeah. You're my favorite Comic-Con buddy, though.
Yeah, imagine we have most of YouTube joining us for, like, Motor City Comic-Con.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, slightly getting off subject, but getting back on subject. We plan to do all kinds of games, whether it's Metroids, Legend of Zelda, maybe a Mario game or two. I mean, we're definitely going to play Mario 64.
That's actually on Nintendo Switch Online, by the way. I started playing it, and I also have the Nintendo 3DS version.
Seriously, anybody who has heard of the game but has not yet played it, my advice, drop everything that you're doing and go play it. If you got a Switch, get on that thing right now and literally download and play that game.
Or you could just play it on your new Nintendo 3DS XL or something like that. That is also a game, and it's updated.
Or on your old Nintendo 64, but even if you don't have the game, you could rush over to Disc Replay right now and go, I don't know, pay $50 for a copy.
Yeah, although I had to get rid of my 64, also to the fact that my newer TVs didn't have the compatibility to plug them in.
That's another unfortunate thing. I feel that with the future coming as it is, unless we plan on everything being put on the newer consoles, we should be able to have companies make adaptation cables that allow us to plug in older systems into the newer TVs. Since there are some games that aren't getting put onto the newer consoles.
I've personally had this issue with having a VCR for my old Disney tapes. I haven't been able to even use them because of the adaptation issue.
I mean, I get everybody would say it. VHS tapes, those things are outdated. What was the point of them? But in reality, they still hold a place in our hearts, along with cassette tapes, CDs, 8 tracks, and of course, vinyl records.
Also, those are making a huge comeback. And you're talking to a guy that had them.
Oh, yeah, I've had an entire collection. I even recently, last year, I paid $25 at Five Below. It got an actual functioning vinyl record player. I mean, I thought it was just some gag thing. It's like, there's no way I'm getting a functioning one of these for $25. I bought it, brought it home, hooked it up, put a record on it, and I swear, I practically swore, just something, it freaking works.
Oh yeah, you should totally bring it over to my place and we'll blast it.
Yeah, the speaker's on the bottom, unfortunately. And there's no way to hook it up to any kind of sound system.
You could just get them on the computer and stuff anyway.
I'll have to look into it. But yeah, we'll pretty much set up an eventual vote system. Casanova could even put one up on Facebook or Twitter on potential games that we could potentially play, or subjects you guys want us to chat about and give our personal opinions on. Which, by the way, to any major franchise or company that ends up watching this, do know that our opinions are not basically the major deciding factors of the entirety of the world. So, yeah, maybe if we were reviewing, say, Arby's food, and I had one bad experience with a ham and cheddar sandwich, that's not saying that the ham and cheddar is completely bad. It's just one time out of a million, somebody pretty much got to spend a little too much time with their porcelain frown.
Also, I'm posting this on Facebook, and there's probably going to be some of our real-life friends watching this. If you want to be on our channel, you can get in contact with us, and we'd be happy to have other people on the channel once in a while, because the more the merrier, right?
Yes, I am more than willing to have other people be on. We're all willing to basically let people have their chance to be featured in our YouTube videos. As I was saying, though, with the industry and all that we're not trying to make enemies or anything. We're just stating our opinion and how things could be better. It's not us telling you how to do your job. It's more just throwing a suggestion into the suggestion box.
Oh yeah. Is there anything more you want to talk about?
Any subjects in particular that you want to speak of?
Also, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite franchises for video games.
Well, we still got plenty of time, so...
Pokemon. I'm playing the new games Scarlet and Violet on my Switch right now. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Honestly, in my opinion, and no offense to Nintendo, but I feel like Pokemon has just kind of basically outlived the expectations.
Yeah, and considering they took Ash off as the main character for the new series, which is okay, because he's been 10 years old for like 20 years.
I was gonna say, I think you mean they finally took him off, because the guy's been on more adventures than even any of the video game characters, like even Red.
He should have been a Pokemon master like 15 years ago. Seriously, if you're gonna stay 10 years old for that long, that just doesn't look good if you haven't become a Pokemon master yet.
Let me tell you one person who makes being technically 10 or a teen or whatever forever look good.
Who?
Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
The guy's been eternally a young man, and yet his journey has at least changed. The friends he has expanded, his universe, his world. Even who he fights has expanded over the years. But Ash just The only difference between him is literally who he's journeying with, what clothes he's wearing now, and which I don't know. I forget. Is it totally you can carry 6 Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever 5 Pokemon are basically strapped to his belt, aside from his buddy Pikachu.
I've been wondering for years if they're ever gonna let Pikachu evolve, but it sounds like from what I watched of the series, they haven't really done that.
Well, in truth, Pikachu has grown stronger in its own way without having to evolve.
Yeah, I always thought Pikachu was cute.
Well, Pikachu is basically supposed to be kind of like the same being to Ash in essence. It's like the other half to him. That Ash will do anything he can to pretty much make his dream come true. Oh, and Pikachu pretty much wants to prove it's strong without having to evolve itself, i.e., go a cheap way. Most people would actually interpret it was kind of one of those messages from back in the day, like, you know how like people used to do those advertisements for gyms and such? Like, only fools use drugs to get instant results.
That reminds me of the episode where Pikachu ended up having enhanced moves because he was near electricity, and he ended up getting a badge, and that was for the Hoenn region, if I'm not mistaken.
But, yeah. I mean, I get all good things do have to come to an end, but it doesn't mean the memories and the fun the journey has to.
Yes, I have a lot of the Pokemon series on DVD, so I could keep watching them forever.
In truth, I can actually say from my own personal opinion, back when they had Diamond and Pearl on TV,
that's the last series I actually paid attention to.
Everybody actually thought that when they introduced Dawn in the first episode, that's like, oh my god, they actually are switching off Ash. But no, the first episode was just basically introducing Dawn, and the next episode she bumps into Ash, and then it's, nope, sorry, Ash is front and center once again.
Yep. Also, on a side note, is there anything you want to discuss that we might plan for the future?
Well, when the weather actually gets warmer, I do plan on actually doing some magnet fishing videos. Since I'm actually getting revenue back in, definitely going to do a lot more unboxing videos. Of course, it's going to be just toys and all that, with a few other odds and ends. Maybe I might get a Culture Fly box or something.
I also may have the old footage from the other channel, so if I end up finding it, I'll be posting it on here.
Anyways, the biggest thing I'm planning on doing eventually is potential blacksmithing videos, where I'm going to be making all kinds of stuff. Knives, swords, axes, and stuff like that. Though, unlike the people on YouTube that you see, I'm not going to test it on soda bottles and cans. Unless it's stuff that I can't take back to the store, because I still live off bottle returns, and last time I checked, stores are not going to take sliced in half Mountain Dew 2 liters. Besides, I'm not going to do my money source dirty like that. So, yeah. I'll test it out on basically anything else just to prove its sharpness or whatever. I might even look into doing some fantasy armor creations. We also do have plans in the eventual future. We might look into getting a 3D printer and 3D printing some things. Though that is going to also cost us money to get the polymer resin material.
We have a lot of plans for this channel in the future, and we hope you're going to be along for the ride with us as much as we are. We enjoy doing this, no matter if we're making money off of it or not.
Quoting what I said before about journeys, ours is far from over.
It's only just begun.
And with each day, a new world of possibilities opens up to us. We're going to take advantage of as many of them as we can. And we hope you all will be along for the journey.
Is there anything else you want to say, or do you just want to wrap this up?
Well, that's up to you.
I was going to wrap it up depending on how long we've been on for.
30 minutes and 22 seconds. Counting.
I was thinking of just ending it here because we talked about what we were going to do for the future, and we'll keep you updated on our Twitter and Facebooks.
And like I said, we're planning on doing polls and everything like that to eventually get stuff going in the right direction. We are also open to suggestions, ideas, as and such in the comment section. And I know a lot of you are kind of fearful when it comes to subscribing. Trust me, subscribing to our channel does not mean that you are subscribing to anything. It's not going to cost you any money. We're not doing anything where you're paying out subscription fees or anything like that. That will just literally show that we have one more person watching, and hitting the notification bell will just basically let you know when we post a new video or when a video is about to come.
Please like and subscribe and share this video with your friends. It'll help us grow our channel, and it will help us with the YouTube algorithm.
We're not just out looking for fame. We're actually just looking to have a good time. I mean, if we eventually get to the point where we start getting awards from YouTube, that's all well and good. It's not going to change anything about what we do.
When we originally started this channel, it was for fun. I saw how other YouTubers were doing it and thought, hey, this looks like a fun idea. We should totally do this, and here we are now.
To put it frankly, in my personal words, the way how people have told me, in life, there are basically a few options. You can do what you love, or you can have a job. But people often forget, what about the third option? Having a job that you love. We want YouTube to be that job that we love doing.
I mean, I want to write comics as well. That's been my passion for at least.
Hey, you can have
years.
multiple jobs, you goof. I mean, YouTube's just gonna be a side gig that will still making some extra revenue down the line. And if we do.
Yeah, it's not about the money for me. I just want to have fun.
Also, eventually down the line, we will start opening up for merch and such. If anybody wants to get a retro nostalgia, retro nerd, or its hat, t-shirt, maybe a tumbler cup or something, we'll look into that stuff. We might even do a few exclusive giveaway items. Though, don't worry, people, we will be fair about that. We might even have some exclusive merch that when we actually do make it to where we have panels at Comic-Con, lucky individuals might walk away with some exclusive signed merch. Anyways, I'd say that about wraps it up for this video.
And this is Cassidy, aka Casanova.
And Alpha Born Elite.
Bye!
And on one final note, guys, I've been thinking of the perfect words to actually end our videos, and I've thought of it. Don't have a fantastic day. Have a retro-tastic great day, everyone.
Oh
and
yeah,
and
dude.
see you in the future.